Hello everyone! I know I disappeared for 2 weeks, so I don't want you to be complaining so far. I got my reasons, and today is going to be kind of a quick video for the ones who are following my story. So these last weeks have been going well, I will describe, and I want to tell you why. So first of all, because I started making content, there was someone who saw my videos, believed that I was doing something great by building Drimmly, contacted me, and after some calls together through Meet, he, Miguel, decided to come to Alicante, spend his holidays at least a week here, and be working with me. Why am I saying this? First and foremost, the most important thing I want to be telling you about, and I've been having a lot of questions lately because I did my 100th video on Instagram, and I think that I said it out loud here during my last one. And since then, I can tell you that I have been having a lot of doubts about continuing my videos, and I think that the only thing that scares me the most is this cadence of having to post daily. It's kind of a complicated thing because you need to be pushing yourself every day in something that you don't know if it's totally aligned with what you want to be doing. Why am I saying this? Because I had a conversation some month ago with a friend of mine who's also an entrepreneur called Alvaro. And he mentioned something that was really interesting, which is, Alexis, I think that you are not realizing that when Drimmly is going to take off, everything and the time you are taking to post daily on Instagram and TikTok won't be something that you are going to be able to maintain. So does it make sense for you to be starting these videos now? And I think that he was right and wrong at the same time, because and the part where he was right is, I think that in the long term, this cadence, at least on Instagram and IG, IG and TikTok, will be something that I need to reevaluate, or if not, I will need to have a team to be doing it, because I cannot be the one throwing the content, doing the editing, and making sure that the videos are with the correct captions, music, etc. So I agree with him. But on the other side, if I taken this decision of starting these videos, Miguel will have never found me or heard of my idea or myself. So first thing I want to be mentioning, and I think that I said it also in other videos, I think that by showing up, you open the door to a lot of possibilities. They might not happen, but if you are not putting yourself in front of the camera and creating content and showing who you are and expressing truly what are your beliefs, etc., you will never be found by any kind of opportunity at all. So this is going to be the first thing that I want to be sharing with you. Second, I don't want to put myself in front of time and be saying why I think this was a great move or a great thing that happened, because I don't want to say things that are in the future. So for now, I think that we are in a thinking period, both of us. Sensations are good, and I think that he's a really nice person, and I wanted to do things well. And what I mentioned by this is I want him to be entering my world, and by doing so, I invited him and making part of everything that was in my journey, from my people, my family, my friends, and at least I wanted to have a vision on what was the reality that he was buying into. So that did okay. So these last weeks have been a lot of work mixed with a lot of nice sensations. I was really tired, truly, about having to working at home all alone and working with someone and having to be really thinking at the same time you are working and mixing with other things. It was a feeling that I almost forgot, and I think that I really enjoyed it, because at the end I think that my brain is going faster when I'm with someone than when I'm alone. So this is something I truly loved. And this is the sound of my duties calling me. And truly that's the first thing. Second, I think that we really push the idea of what we want Drimmly to be, and not only in the terms of the product, but also in the terms of how do we want to make sure that we use AI. And this kind of a subject that I will be able to tell you more in another video. But so far, I think that we want to make sure that AI is a comfortable commodity, that we can package it in a way where parents and kids can play with it safely, and maximizing its advantages, which is kind of this memory theory where you will be able to have this macro brain of yours with all your preferences, etc. And I think that this is truly the thing that we are looking forward to having. And so far, I think that I really like his vision and his capacities and capabilities to build what we are and what I envision at the time. We are going to go through a process of, I wouldn't say negotiation, but agreeing on the conditions. And I think that I don't want to put myself in a greedy position because it's not really who I am, but I also need to defend what I build and what I did all by myself, even though without him or his position or this co-founder part, I think that the project, I won't be able to take it where I want it, where I want Drimmly to be in the future. So I think that I will need to put everything on a balance and make a decision together, truly, because it's not me deciding, but I think that is a common decision. And from there, see if this journey of building my dream and sharing this dream with someone else's is truly what will happen. And if so, I think that it will be truly good news. So this is first for you to understand the scenario I was in, which is kind of spending a lot of time and caring also about someone who needed to see not only who I am, but how am I thinking on the day-to-day basis, how am I at work, which is also something important, and why my people appreciate me and what they do think about me. This is something that I think was really interesting. And that was it so far. So I think that these last weeks have had a lot of hours and pushing towards the limit. So I need also to spend this last Sunday, not this last one, the other one before, with Miguel, taking him from the airport. So that's the reason why I needed to focus a little bit on him and make sure at least I wasn't doing multitasking and throwing average results. Second thing, this last weekend I was in Toulouse spending some time off with my family. I think that it was truly a necessity for me, because with these hard weeks and some good news that I will tell you right now that we had, I think that I needed to take the time and reflect. There was a birthday from a friend of mine, and I think that it's important for us to be sticking with the people we think they are worth it. Not only in the short term by experiencing and doing nice things on the day-to-day travels, etc. I think that is more about making sure you invest your time wisely with your people, and for them to be your people, they need to really be giving you their everything and treating you as you are worth it too. And this is kind of a two-way street, and it's important for us to remember it. So I wanted to share this moment with Vincent. He was his 30th birthday, which is one important date for me. So that's the reason why I wanted also to stick with him during his birthday. And I think that it was a really nice weekend. I was really reflecting a lot on the vision for Drimmly. I think that there's a lot of times where by doing things that are not working, your brain starts making connections and seeing things maybe that when you are totally focused maybe on the business part, on the investors part, on the product part, you are not getting your head out of your ass, and at the end you're not allowing your brain to work differently and make different neuronal and synapse connections. I think this is kind of the idea I'm also selling to myself, because I think that is important for me to take some time off, and this kind was the first weekend I did so in a long time, so I think that it was truly worth it. Now we are rushing towards the 2 last weeks before Christmas holidays, so I need to really be picky with the decisions I'm going to be making this week and next week, because at the end the conversations with schools are going to be really shortened up, and whatever needed to happen, I think that it needed to happen before, not exactly now, but I will need to push a little bit because everybody's stopping for Christmas. So if I want something confirmed, signed, or a bet taken from another school, it needs to be now. If not, I will have to play my cards for January. It has some risks, but I think that I will have to do so. Good news, I closed the first pilot with a school last week. It's a super good news. I know that I'm super judgy, and that sometimes I need to remember where I was in July and where am I right now, and how much I did all alone, which is something I really need to remind myself, because it's truly nice when you see people building startups together with friends, etc. You are not alone, you are enjoying your time, laughing, whatever thing, but when you are on your own and having to do all those things, I think that this journey of a solo founder has been incredible. I really need to be thankful with whatever I need doing in terms of self-work, self-improvement, understanding how my brain works, really excelling at having an idea and pushing it farther and farther, not allowing other people comments or judgments cloud my vision and make this project less than what it could be. And I think this is kind of the strength that I have had in my argument so far. And truly this 60 students school is going to be the first one that say yes. The director was super nice, so I have to say thanks James, because I think that not all directors are able to take the time and really listen to someone building something that is worth it. And I think that this argument, I will have it in the future, because I had the same experience when I was building the Cantina, and I was trying to talk with local commerces, and then there were ones who were really open to what I needed and what I had to say, and those are the relationships that I'm keeping right now about from that time. And I think that this will be the same scenario for the first directors betting on what I'm doing, and I think that if we do it well, it's not only his school, it's maybe the network of schools that the education group that owns this school has. And I think that that's truly the strategy. So I don't need to be greedy, I only need to be perfectionist and make sure that I nail these pilot with those 60 students, not thinking about how much money could it make me, but truly making sure that I'm doing a bespoke suit or a truly tailored action with whoever these 60 kids are. Keen on knowing them, really keen on knowing their families, their parents, and working with the counselors, which are Ruth and Anna from Median School. And I think that this is truly a dream opportunity becoming true, so I really need to be appreciative. And even though I would like to have more schools and more students and whatever things, because I am always obsessed with numbers and I'm really an inconformist who needs to believe that things happen also for a reason, to understand that that is what we have right now, and maybe in these next weeks we will be able to close some new pilots, but for now I need to give my everything, be thankful with what I got, and not be under appreciative of the things that are happening, because I truly don't know where they will take me, and this is kind of the thing that I need to recognize. So far, guys, sorry, because doing these kind of Sunday things sometimes it's complicated, and I don't want to put and jeopardize my well-being and my life so far by having to be super strict with these kind of dates. I know that YouTube will be appreciative of me posting every Sunday, and this is kind of my engagement and the one that I had so far, but knowing that I have so few followers watching my videos, I think that my life is much more important, so I need to protect it. So far I will still be doing this on a weekly basis, because it was the same thing I did with Instagram. The challenge was to post 100 videos. My challenge here is to get you with me along the way and see the transformation of someone who has been having the courage to dream big and take action and start something he believes in, and from there to be able to see how am I growing in this last and in these following weeks, and for us to sit on my birthday, as I always said, and be able to reflect on who I was when I started this journey and who am I when I'm finishing it. So far, thanks a lot. See you next week, or at least maybe this Sunday. I will see if I have enough things these weeks to tell you, and truly happy to be doing this experience and these talks again. Now it's time to take a little family time, and so far, thanks a lot for watching. You know where to find me, and happy to talk with you guys. Bye bye. Ciao.